Hello guys, and finally welcome back to my channel. After a long pause, I have finally figured out my new computer, my new settings. Everything is back to normal, but sadly I lost my legacy file. So we won't be able to continue on with that, but I have decided to start a new legacy, and it's gonna be a little bit different. When I was playing The Sims 3, sometimes I find myself getting bored with it for some weird reason. I just get bored, and I just wasn't getting the full potential out of my game. So I was trying to look for like cool things to do, like the Legacy Challenge. But one thing that I found was a little bit of a twist on the Legacy Challenge, and the name is The Difference in the Family Tree Legacy, I think it's called. The link to the challenge will be linked in the description box down below. So if you want to do it along with me, or if you want to just read up on the rules, I will have that linked in the description box down below. So like I said, we will be doing a different type of legacy challenge. The thing about this legacy challenge is that every generation comes with a few goals. So the first generation here are Melani Joy. Here she is. She will be our farmer. Now, the first generation is, I will read it, I have it here. Let's see. So basically it's been modified from The Sims 3 to The Sims 4. There's 15 generations, I think, in total. So that also kind of means that we will be doing a 15 generation challenge instead of the 10 generations that we usually would have. And every generation has its own set of goals. So the first generation, there's always a little quote that it starts with. And generation 1 has the quote of, "I always wanted to be a farmer. There is tradition of that in my family." So basically, this is Melani Joy. She comes from a family of farmers, and she has a dream of now starting her own kind of farm, or in her case, it will be mostly like a garden she will be starting. And I figured, you know, why not make this into a legacy? Why not film this for you guys? I also decided that we're probably going to start out in Newcrest, just basically because it's an empty world. It's like a legacy that's starting from scratch. I just thought it would be fitting. And one of the things that this legacy challenge has is that you do not have to keep to the specifics of the legacy challenge, meaning you do not have to start out on a 50 by 50 lot or a 64 by 64 lot in The Sims 3. You can choose any lot that you want, and you can move. And one of the added challenges that they, or one of the added goals, I guess, that they added to this legacy challenge is that it would be interesting for every generation to move onto a different lot and create a new home. So, you know, let's say here Melani, she's a farmer. I'm thinking of going a little bit in the direction of a log cabin, sort of, where she can, you know, have her garden and, you know, raise her kids and have her own little family. But then the next generation is a generation where because we will be having an all-female legacy, the next generation, generation 2, wants to break away from the farming. So it doesn't really make sense to have her keep living on in a log kind of cabin. So I figured at the end of the generation, when her daughter, Melani's daughter, becomes a young adult, we will move out and we will start kind of from scratch again. So, and that way we can kind of fill up Newcrest with all these fun little personalized family homes. So I will now go on into introducing our sim that we will be working with, or that we'll be playing with, I guess. This is Melani Joy. Now, if you don't know what a legacy challenge is, it lasts for a lot of generations, in this case 15. So the last name you pick is going to be the last name that you're going to be seeing a lot. So I figured, I'm very happy to be restarting this challenge, or, well, a different kind of challenge, but to kind of start again with my channel and everything. So I figured, why not pick the name Joy? So we have Melani Joy. She is a young adult, and one of the things that they needed in Generation 1 was a nature aspiration. So as I said, I want her to go into gardening, so I picked the freelance botanist aspiration for her. And then for her traits, I gave her the romantic trait, loves outdoors, and self-assured, because I figured, she's breaking away from her family. She's kind of doing the same thing, but she's doing it all on her own. And I figured if you want to do that, you have to be pretty self-assured and pretty self-confident in being able to make it work. So, and the love outdoors is obviously, well, if you want to be a farmer, you can't break away if you, or like want to stay indoors if it rains a little bit. Even though we don't have that yet, I am looking forward to it. I hope they will come out with something like that soon, because seasons was one of the favorite things that I found about The Sims 3. The festivals will be coming back in the new Sims 4 expansion pack. I am really looking forward to that with the apartments and everything. So yeah, so those are her 3 traits and her aspiration. Now I will show you some of her outfits. If you want to see, this is her a little bit more up close. If you are wondering, she will be up on the gallery under my username, or under my gallery name, which is SimmerAlexis. So you will be able to find her there. I also have been building a little bit. And if you see some builds that you say, oh, I would really like to see them a little bit more in depth, I would love for you guys to tell me, so maybe I can film a little walkthrough, or maybe we can even use it in our Let's Play here. So let's see at what her outfits look like. So I really went with like an outdoorsy type thing. So I gave her this one, which is one of my favorite outfits from, I think, is it The Outdoors? I think, let's see. What pack is it? Yeah. The Backyard Stuff, yeah. That's one of my favorite like outfits that came with that. Then the second one, obviously a floral dress. She's gonna be gardening, she's gonna be dealing with a lot of flowers and a lot of like nice colorful things, and I figured, if she wants to go out, that might be a cute outfit for her. Then this, it is getting a little bit colder where I'm living, so I figured, I would give her like a cardigan and a hat. And I think she actually looks really cute with like her long blonde hair and her hat. Really like this one. Then I gave her, obviously from the outdoor stuff pack, a little outfit there. And then I gave her this one. I figured, if she wants to, again, if it's like a little colder maybe, or she wants to go in town and get some stuff, she could just throw on her jacket and she will be on her way. By the way, skinny jeans. Yes, finally. Oh, was so happy when I saw that. Then I only gave her one formal outfit because I figured, she's not gonna be off her farm, quote unquote, a lot of the time, so I figured she would only need one, really. I did give her a few athletic outfits because I figured, to be out and gardening and doing all that kind of stuff, it should, I can imagine it gets pretty tiring, so I really want to keep her fitness level up. And I would also love her to do some yoga, because in my head, like, being one with nature entails yoga to me. I don't know why. So I gave her this one, and then one for, I don't know, it's getting colder, and when it's like getting to winter, I can see it in my game because I start dressing my Sims a lot for like colder weather. It's actually really funny. Then for her outfits to sleep in, I gave her this one. Again, cute little flowers. obviously. Then number 2, and then number 3, I obviously gave her. She will be needing to find herself a husband. So I figured, you know, for her romantic time, she could use this one. Then party outfits, I thought about like long, flowy things, flowy dresses. So these first 2 are like really long and flowing. Then the third one is more of like, I don't know, like casual chic, I guess. For like a nice dinner party or something like that. As well as this one. And then this one I figured, you know, if she wants to go out and she wants to dance or boogie a little bit, she can throw off her jacket, even though she can't. But let's just imagine that she can. And then last but not least, we have her swimwear. I always come back to this one. I don't know, I really love that one. And then I wanted a bikini, and I wanted to use the sun hat because it's an item that I love as well. But I didn't want it to be her only bikini, so I gave her a second one. So this will be Melani Joy. So we will be moving her into Newcrest, as I said. So I'm going to do that, and I will be getting back to you when we're set in Newcrest. Alright, you guys, so here we are in Newcrest. Now, as I said, this isn't completely like a normal legacy challenge, so we can pick any lot that we want, and we don't have to like mess with our funds, which is kind of a bonus. But I think that to start out in, I don't want the big one, because I feel like she wouldn't want the big one. I think she would be pretty modest in a way of living. So I don't want, like, this is too small. If she's gonna have kids, it's not gonna fit all in there. We do need to keep some space for her garden stuff. So I thought about maybe putting her in this, like a 40 by 30 or 30 by 30. I don't know, I think a 40 by 30, because one of the objectives that you have in the first generation is to basically have a plant of every single plant that you can find in The Sims 4, and those are a lot of plants, so she's gonna need a lot of room for that. So I think we will move her into this in Alvarez Acres or something like that. And we will be having 17,000 simoleons left. So I think that's a nice starting point. All right. Now, like I said, I have been building a little bit, but I'm really not good with starter builds or anything like that. So I think I will be pulling one out of the gallery right now. I don't know, or maybe, you know what, I will build something. I will go and build something, and then I will get back to you guys when I'm finished. So I will do that right now. So guys, this is the house that I have built, so I will show you around. Let's see. So let's put everything up. So this is kind of what I've built. I know it's pretty small for the space that we have, but I figured, you know, we will be expanding soon, hopefully. You know, when we get a boyfriend and husband and we have children, and when our garden grows, we will be able to get a little bit more in here. For now, it's pretty bare. I don't know, when I think about a log cabin, I think about an open ceiling like this. Oh, wait, hold on. That window is not centered, and that will annoy me. So there it is. So this, I thought maybe here we could put like a little bit of a dresser, so she can get ready in here. Then downstairs we have our kitchen without a sink. Oh Jesus! Ah, forgot so many things. We'll get the cheap one. There we go. So, as you see, like everything, like the floor and the wallpaper, it's all the same. I really wanted to get a lot of woods in here. So we have the white wooden chairs, a very cheap stove and a very cheap fridge, and really cheap bathroom, but hopefully we will be able to upgrade soon. And I did get her at least one planter box already so she can get started. So yeah, that's basically where our Melani Joy will be residing. I think the most important thing right now is to get the garden started and maybe even look around for some potential bachelors. I do think I am going to end this part right here already. It's the first part, so you kind of met Melani, where she's going to be living, what our goals are. Actually, you know what? I will read out the goals that we have for this generation. So then maybe, you can remind me if I do anything or if I'm like too much off the path that we should be going on. You can kind of remind me. So the basic rules are basically have fun. I love that's the first rule. No cheats, lifespan set to normal, and I think it is 20, so it's normal. Third-party content is allowed, but I never really use that. And choose the heir by any means you want. So basically what I've said to you is that we will be doing a female legacy. So she will be giving her legacy to her firstborn daughter. It's basically what the plan is. So generation 1, as I said, is living off the land. The objectives for generation 1 are to grow a garden with every type of plant from the store in it. Now, I think this is back to The Sims 3, where you could like buy your different kind of plants and herbs and fruits and vegetables and all that kind of stuff in the store. Now, we basically don't have that right now. So in my head, that basically means, so if you go to your inventory and you click on the little diamond here on your collections, under gardening, there's basically 32 types of plants that you can garden with. It does not count, because I have tried to like figure this one out before. The one with the outdoor stuff pack and the get to work stuff pack are not added up top to the 32 in total. I would love to someday, when she gets older and when we have the money, to maybe go on a holiday to Granite Falls and then maybe collect all the other stuff. But I think for now, for the beginning, I will be focusing on the 32 kind of common ones that you find just around the world right now. So that is the gardening part of it. Then the other goals are to get married, but no woohoo before marriage. So basically, like, keep it classy, back in the olden days. Then have a boy and a girl, and keep trying until you do. It basically means that you cannot kind of influence the gender of the baby, meaning like with fruits or with listening to certain types of music. So it's basically nature will decide how many children, or The Sims actually kind of will decide how many children we're gonna have, because we have to keep going till we have at least one boy and one girl. Then the other thing is to master the garden skill, kind of obvious, and have and complete one of the nature aspirations. So that's basically this one has to be completed all the way through. Then there are some optional ones, basically obtain and plant every type of plant. So basically also in my head, that means also the get to work and the outdoor plants that you can find in Granite Falls. I don't think that's gonna be possible, because they get to work herbs and plants that you can get, you need to build a rocket ship. So I don't know, maybe we'll do that if, you know, we've mastered our garden skill and we have every type of plant. It will be kind of like a nice additional thing to challenge ourselves, I guess. Then a second optional one is to catch every type of fish. Marry a gal or a guy, so a guy in our, I think, you know, because you have to have children, so she's gonna need a guy in her life with the loves outdoors trait. We could try, but I think, you know, if she kind of lets us know that she has found someone and he doesn't have the love outdoors trait, I won't be stopping that from happening, I think. And then master the fisherman skill. So I have tried the fisherman skill. It's not as easy as it looks to catch every type of fish, because there's a lot of fishing spots, and there's just, it's very difficult. So I think we will probably fish, because one of the things that we have to do for our aspiration is, I think we have to fertilize our plants, and fish are excellent for that. So we will be catching some fish, but I don't think, you know, it's not the main objective. So we will be focusing on the gardening, and if that's going really well, maybe we can go for the fishing, or maybe we can get our man to fish. I don't know. We'll see about that. But that is basically our very first part of the new legacy challenge, of the Joy Legacy Challenge. I hope you enjoyed this first part. The second part will be coming, I would say, pretty soon. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying recording again, so I will be recording the next part, I'm pretty sure, right after this one. So let me know what you think. If you have any requests for me, or if you have any sims that you would want me to check out and maybe put in our world, please do let me know. Or if you have any kind of like cool parks that you've built, let me know, and I will definitely check those out. For now, this will be part 1, and I will catch you all next time. Bye!